Can you sit on the floor and then stand back up without using your hands or knees? It might sound like a trivial question, but if you're over 65, your answer could reveal something far more serious than just flexibility. In fact, this one movement, just sitting and standing, can help predict how long you'll live. A large-scale study found that people who couldn't do this simple test were much more likely to die within the next 5 years than those who could. And what's even more surprising, most seniors who fail this test feel relatively fine on the outside. They don't see it coming. In today's video, you'll discover why this movement is one of the most powerful health indicators you've probably never heard about. You'll learn exactly what's happening inside your body when you can't complete it, how it connects to heart disease, brain decline, and even early death, and more importantly, what you can do today to reverse the damage and improve your mobility, strength, and balance. And make sure you stick with me until the end, because I'll reveal one daily habit most seniors think is harmless, but it silently weakens your body and fast-tracks aging more than any other. When 72-year-old Gerald from Idaho bent down to pick up a dropped pencil, he didn't think twice. But when he tried to stand back up, he found himself frozen in place, struggling to rise without grabbing a nearby table. He didn't fall, but he felt something shift, something that scared him more than any checkup ever had. What Gerald didn't know then was that this moment would reveal the start of a deeper, silent decline. But what he chose to do after that moment, that's what made all the difference. 1. The sit-to-stand test, a red flag in disguise. The sit-to-stand test isn't something you'll likely find at a routine checkup, but its results may be more telling than your blood pressure or cholesterol numbers. Researchers tested over 2,000 adults between 51 and 80 years old using one simple task: sit cross-legged on the floor and then stand back up without using your hands, elbows, or knees for support. Participants were scored from 0 to 10 based on how much help they needed. Those who scored 8 or higher had a dramatically lower risk of dying in the next 6 years. But here's the shocker. Those who scored 3 or below were 5 to 6 times more likely to die within that same time frame. That's not fear-mongering. That's hard data. What makes this test so powerful is how many systems it engages at once. Your leg muscles provide the power, your core keeps you stable, your joints need enough flexibility, and your brain must coordinate it all seamlessly. If any one of those systems is faltering, whether from muscle loss, joint stiffness, or nervous system decline, you'll struggle. And the struggle itself isn't the danger, it's what it reveals about the rest of your body's ability to recover, adapt, and protect itself from further damage. This one movement reflects how well your body is aging, inside and out. Carol, a 68-year-old from Tennessee, found out about the test through a church friend. Curious, she tried it in her living room. She could sit just fine, but rising without pressing off her knee was impossible. That moment stuck with her. The next morning she began a new habit. 10 chair squats holding onto the kitchen counter, some basic hamstring stretches, and lifting her knees while seated. Just 3 weeks later, she tried the test again, and while she still needed one hand, the difference in her balance and energy was night and day. That single effort sparked a chain reaction that improved her posture, walking speed, and even her confidence. So what should you do right now? First, try the test in a safe spot, preferably near a couch or something you can grab. Sit on the floor cross-legged. Now try to stand, using only your legs. Did you need one hand? Both hands? A knee? However you scored, it's not about judgment, it's about awareness. The solution isn't complex. Start doing 2 sets of 10 chair squats each day, seated knee lifts during commercials, and some light stretching. These tiny adjustments wake up muscles that have been dormant for years, and the more you move them, the more they protect you. You don't have to be an athlete to pass this test. But if you ignore it, you may be allowing a silent decline to continue unchecked. Every day you delay action is one more day your muscles lose memory, your joints lose range, and your independence slips a little further away. Take the test today, not next week. Your body's already telling you what it needs. Listen. 2. When mobility declines, so does everything else. Most people accept that getting older means slowing down, but there's a big difference between slowing down and breaking down. The truth is, when your mobility starts to decline, your body isn't just aging, it's sending out distress signals. According to Harvard Medical School, a decrease in mobility among seniors is strongly correlated with a higher risk of heart disease, diabetes, cognitive decline, and even early death. And yet most people ignore these signals, assuming it's just a normal part of aging. It's not. It's a warning. Mobility is your ability to move freely and easily, and when it's compromised, nearly every other system in your body starts to suffer. Your circulation slows, your metabolism drops, your bones weaken, and your brain gets fewer signals from the body. It becomes a downward spiral. The less you move, the more your body deconditions. Your muscles shrink, your joints stiffen, your balance falters. It doesn't happen overnight, but once it starts, the decline is faster than most people expect. And if you don't intervene early, it gets harder to reverse. Roger, 75, from New Mexico, started noticing that getting out of bed in the morning felt different. His legs felt heavy, and it took a couple of tries before he could stand up straight. Then came the moment that changed everything. He tripped stepping into the shower. He didn't fall, but he knew if he had, the consequences could have been severe. That same week, after a conversation with his daughter, he made a decision. He would walk for 5 minutes every morning, no matter what. Then he added another 5 in the evening. A month later, his energy had returned. He wasn't sprinting, but he could rise from bed with confidence again. The good news is that restoring mobility doesn't require long workouts or complex programs. What it does require is consistency and attention. You can begin with simple moves, standing up from a chair without using your hands, taking a short walk after meals, or rotating your ankles and shoulders daily to keep joints active. These may seem small, but they send powerful messages to your nervous system, reminding it to stay alert and responsive. Movement is medicine, but only if you take the dose daily. Another powerful technique is functional movement mimicry. Practice the exact movements you want to keep. Want to be able to stand from the floor? Practice half squats near a couch. Want to reach a shelf without pain? Practice controlled arm lifts with a water bottle. You don't need fancy tools. You need repetition. Your brain learns from what you do most, and right now, it's your habits that determine what you'll be able to do next year, or what you'll lose forever. Here's the bottom line. When you stop moving, your body begins preparing to stop altogether. That's not meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up. Because even just 10 minutes a day of intentional, focused movement can pull you back from that edge. Don't wait until you're forced into rehab after a fall or injury. Begin today while you can still choose the pace. Start small, but start now. Perfeito. Abaixo estão os tópicos 3, 4 e 5+, conclusão e CTA, todos seguindo fielmente o formato aprovado, com aproximadamente 200 palavras no total do roteiro completo. Parágrafos densos, histórias mais curtas, estilo fluido para colagem em qualquer editor. Vamos lá. 3. Your legs talk to your heart. Are you listening? Most people think of their heart and lungs when it comes to staying alive, but rarely their legs, and yet your lower body might be one of the most critical indicators of your cardiovascular health. According to cardiologists at Johns Hopkins, leg strength and endurance are directly linked to heart function in older adults. That's because your leg muscles are responsible for more than just walking. They assist your heart in pumping blood effectively throughout your body. When leg muscles weaken, especially the calves and thighs, your circulation suffers. Blood pools in your lower body, and your heart must work harder to keep blood moving back up. Over time, that extra strain increases the risk of high blood pressure, fatigue, and even congestive heart failure. In fact, many seniors who report feeling lightheaded or breathless during basic activities are actually experiencing the effects of weak leg muscles, not heart failure itself. Lisa, 66, a retired nurse from Georgia, experienced exactly that. She noticed that walking up her driveway left her winded. She assumed it was age catching up, but her doctor explained that weak leg muscles were forcing her heart to compensate. Lisa began doing short stair climbs daily and added 5 minutes of walking before breakfast. Within weeks, her breathing improved. At her next visit, her blood pressure had stabilized without any new interventions. So what's the fix? Strengthen your legs and do it consistently. Start by standing up from a chair without using your hands. Do 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening. Add in seated leg lifts while watching TV or walk while pumping your arms to increase circulation. If you have stairs in your home, treat them as free exercise equipment. No gym required, just effort. Strong legs aren't just about walking, they're about living. They protect your balance, preserve your heart, and allow you to stay independent longer. If your legs are weakening, your heart is already feeling the pressure. Start strengthening them today and give your heart the support it needs to keep beating strong. 4. A fall you don't expect can end everything. It doesn't matter how strong, alert, or independent you feel. If you're over 65, one fall can change your life forever. More than 32,000 seniors die each year in the US from falls, according to the CDC. But what's even more alarming is how many of those falls could have been prevented. The issue isn't always poor eyesight or bad shoes, it's balance, and it's something most people never think to train. As we age, balance naturally declines due to changes in inner ear function, joint stiffness, slower reflexes, and reduced muscle coordination. But here's the twist. The decline is usually so gradual, you won't notice until it's too late. That's why it's not enough to walk or stretch. You need targeted balance training to stay upright and alive. Joanne, 70, had never fallen in her life. But one winter afternoon, she slipped while reaching for laundry detergent under her sink. She broke her wrist and spent 2 months recovering. During rehab, her physical therapist had her perform balance tests, like standing on one foot for 10 seconds. She failed them all. That's when she realized her balance had been eroding quietly for years. Since then, she practices daily heel-to-toe walking, does yoga with a chair for support, and uses a balance cushion during commercials. You can do the same. Right now, stand near a wall and lift 1 foot slightly off the ground. Time how long you can balance? Can't make it to 10 seconds? Don't panic, just train. Practice this daily. Walk in a straight line with 1 foot directly in front of the other. Rise onto your toes and slowly lower down. These movements may feel small, but they reactivate balance systems in your brain and body. Falls aren't just accidents. They're often the final chapter in a decline that went unnoticed. Balance is like a muscle. The more you work it, the longer it stays strong. Don't wait for a fall to start. Begin today. Your future self will thank you every time you stand tall without wobbling. 5. The daily habit. That's stealing your strength. You could be doing everything else right, eating well, taking walks, even stretching. But if you're spending most of your day sitting, your strength is slipping away faster than you realize. The Mayo Clinic warns that prolonged sitting increases your risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and early death, even if you exercise daily. It's called active sedentary behavior, and it's shockingly common in seniors. Here's the problem. The average senior sits for more than 8 hours a day. Whether it's reading, watching TV, driving, or relaxing, the hours add up fast. During that time, your muscles aren't firing, your circulation slows, and your joints stiffen. Over time, that inactivity leads to loss of muscle mass, weaker bones, slower metabolism, and reduced coordination. All of that leads to a higher risk of falls, injuries, and medical complications. Frank, 69, considered himself active. He walked daily and never missed his weekly pickleball games, but during a routine checkup, his doctor noticed early signs of insulin resistance and lower leg muscle loss. The culprit? Sitting too long between activities. Frank started setting a timer every 30 minutes. When it rang, he stood, stretched, walked to the end of the hallway, or did 20 seconds of marching in place. 3 weeks later, he felt more energy and less stiffness, and his blood sugar levels began to normalize. You can do the same. Set a simple alarm on your phone or watch. Every 30 to 45 minutes, stand and move. Walk to the kitchen. Stretch your arms. March in place. Do 5 slow squats. These brief interruptions wake your muscles, restore blood flow, and re-engage your posture. Movement doesn't have to be dramatic, it just needs to be consistent. The human body wasn't built to sit for long periods. The longer you sit, the faster your strength disappears. Get up now and stay ahead of the decline that sitting causes silently every day. Your body is always sending signals, and today you've learned one of the clearest. Your ability to sit and stand without help reveals your true physical age far better than any chart or exam. If you struggled with the test, don't be discouraged. That struggle was a gift. It told you exactly where to start. Each of the movements we talked about, standing from a chair, balancing on one foot, walking with intention, are small keys that unlock better health, longer life, and greater independence. Have you tried the sit-to-stand test? Share your result below, honestly, and tell us which movement you're going to start practicing today. If this video helped open your eyes, hit the like button, subscribe for weekly senior-focused health insights, and share this video with a friend or loved one. You never know, your action today could be the reason someone else lives stronger tomorrow.